Welcome to the Black Hills Small Business Podcast. I'm Tristan Emond with Mindful Living Realty.
And I'm Angelia Dale with Gateway Mortgage. Join us as we sit down with Black Hills small business owners, learn about their businesses, and tell their stories.
We're doing it now on the Black Hills Small Business Podcast.
Welcome to another edition of the Black Hills Small Business Podcast. Today we're here with Chantelle Williamson with Integrity Education. Chantelle, thank you for being here with us.
Thanks.
Now, full disclosure, this is my sister.
Oh.
But hey, she's a small business owner, so hey, we'll make it happen.
I couldn't say no.
So let's start off with just talking a little bit about you personally. Talk about who you are.
So right now I have a business. I'm a massage therapist in Rapid City, and I've been a massage therapist since 2006. And then in 2014, I started teaching classes to other massage therapists, not like basic classes to new people who are becoming massage therapists, but continuing education. So furthering our education as therapists. We have to have that for licensing.
The state.
Yes, we're required. Okay. I'm also an artist, and I'm married, and I have 2 dogs currently.
Tell us get into your story. What made you decide, okay, I'm going to get up and be a massage therapist today and get into education of that massage? Tell us that story.
So I was the wise age of 25, and I was working at the Borders Bookstore coffee shop. And here I am, I was 25, and I'm working with a bunch of teenagers. And I said to myself, I can't do this for the rest of my life, just working with these teenagers. So what was I going to do? And about that time, I had met a friend of a friend who was a massage therapist. And she encouraged me to come over. She gave me a massage. She kind of like showed me some stuff. And I had been interested in like alternative healing and things like that. So she encouraged me then to, go to massage school. And so that was kind of in my mind about the time that I had the crisis at the coffee shop. So that I ended up going to massage school, and I really loved it. I wasn't sure which way I wanted to go in alternative healing, but then I got into massage, and it just clicked right away. It was really, really nice.
And the benefit of the school was that it was only 6 months too. That helped your decision, I assume?
Yeah.
6 months class, is that right?
It's a 6-month class. Yeah. And I was like, I can do anything for 6 months.
So I have to ask, was that your first massage at 25?
Or maybe I had one a couple of years before that at like some event at a spa or something.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Because I noticed, I don't think a lot of young people get massages. Like my oldest is 27. We finally got him into massage therapy. He's like, that was amazing.
I know. Right at the age of 25 or whatever I was when I first got one, I felt kind of gypped. Like that was my first one. Like,
Yeah.
well, where has this been the rest of my life? How come I haven't gotten one before now? And I've had clients before, in their like 60s, and they'll come in and get a massage, and they'll feel even worse. They're like, this is the first massage I've ever had. How come, I didn't know it was so wonderful. I've missed out on all those years.
Like I said, if I ever hit the lottery, I'm having an in-house masseuse.
There you go.
Really,
There you go.
I will pay you well, or pay them well.
Yeah. We can go on vacations together. You take me on vacations.
You can
There you
do
go.
whatever you want, as long as you're like at my beck and call in a sense. So,
Sounds like a plan.
yeah, if I hit the lottery, I'll let you know.
Okay. I'm up for that.
So once you attended school then, what happened then? I mean, did you start your own business, and how did that all roll out?
So yes, I started my own business. The lady who mentored me and gave me that really good massage and encouraged me to get into massage therapy, she worked from her home. And so I wanted to be just like her when I grew up. So I started my own little business, and now I am working from home. So that's really nice. And I just have a kind of a small group of clients as I've expanded more into teaching, and then my availability has gone down, and I have just kind of a VIP group right now for my private clients.
Why teaching?
So I got into teaching because one of the classes that I took after massage school was this hands-on healing, which is a Japanese technique called Reiki. And so I had gone through the classes in Reiki, and my teacher was like, I think maybe you'll probably teach one day. Because the third class of it, they taught you how to teach other people. And I was like, no, I just want people to come to me. We'll go down into my basement, and was very much in the cave, like, and they'll go away again, healed. And so I wasn't interested in that at all. And then like a couple of years go by, and then a friend comes to me and she's like, "Oh, could you teach me this?" And I was like, "Well, yeah, I know how. I guess I could show you." And then a little while later, somebody else comes to me, and they're like, "I'd like to learn too. Oh, and I have a friend." And like at that point, I was like, "Well, we'll see if anybody else wants to come. Like as long as we're doing this." So then I ended up teaching my first bigger class, and I really found out that I loved it. So I taught that for a while, and then after a while, after I had been a massage therapist for long enough, I think I was like around 7 years. I felt like I had been in business for 7 years, so I felt like I had arrived. I don't know. And then I finally knew, then I finally knew enough that I could teach like massage therapy techniques. So then and a couple other people had, encouraged me as well, like, "Oh, you should teach some classes." And for a while I was like, "No, I have not yet arrived." But after about 7 years, I think I had finally arrived.
Magic number 7.
Yeah. And so I started teaching just some small classes around town, which there really aren't a whole lot. There's 1 or 2 people, but there really aren't a whole lot of classes that come all the way to South Dakota or all the way to the western side of the state. And yet we're required to have these classes. So it was kind of an emptiness, a little niche that needed to be filled, for us to be able to go to classes that were local instead of like, "Oh, I've got to go way far away. I've got to go, Denver or East Coast in order to take a big enough class." So I like to be able to help out the local therapists.
Because you started teaching when? What year?
2014.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say I had a massage therapist because licensing wasn't required by a massage therapist, right, for a certain amount of time?
Not when I graduated out at 06. It was a couple years after that. So like around 2010-ish.
Yeah. So again, like I said, there's a void for, being able to have that.
And with that licensing came the requirement for the continuing education.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I started out teaching, local classes, and then eventually I have a friend in Sioux Falls who has a massage school there, and she was like, "Well, why don't you come? We've got a facility here. You can learn it, you can use it, and teach classes here." So I did that, and that was about 2019 or so, and that went really well. And actually, there's a little bigger population draw over there, so like the class was really full, and I was like, "Whoa, that went really well." So then every year I've just been expanding more and more, like, "Oh, now I'm going over to Sioux Falls for 2 days plus 1 day in Sioux City, and going over to Omaha, and I'm just adding in Fargo this year, and I'll probably get over to Des Moines. Oh, and I'm going up to Montana and Wyoming too." But I'm trying to keep it within like a 9-hour driving distance. Yeah, because I have to drive for one of the classes. I have all the equipment that I have to fill up the back of my car with. So then I have to drive. So that's kind of what I decided. Okay, I can make 9 hours by myself.
And so what kind of classes are you at? Because it was Reiki, right? You talked about.
I started with Reiki, but now I have some for Thai massage, heated bamboo massage, hot stone, seated ashiatsu, where you use your feet to massage. I have one called passive movement. So a couple different ones, which is interesting to have that variety, because a lot of massage teachers, they will kind of do this one type of class, or here's their modality that they have made or gotten really good at, and then they go around to all the places and just teach that class. I was teaching to people here, so once they had taken 1 or 2 of, once everybody's taken the class, then I was like, well, I got to come up with something new to teach them so we can keep getting education in the area.
Yeah, but it opens up more for like us as clients. I mean,
well, yeah.
Into the VIP group, but
Gotta break into that.
Yeah, because there was one other one I think that did where you walk on. That's the Thai, right?
The ashiatsu.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not very popular.
That's a much different one.
Yeah, there's like 2 people in the area that I could refer you to, but.
Yeah. But it's for like me as a client, I love massages, like I said, and it's like, but being able to kind of experience a couple different, like, oh, do I like this one? Do I not
Yeah.
like this one?
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So, especially with our area here, being able to open up that.
Yeah. So
Expand.
Toolbox.
yeah, it's good for the clients. And then also everything I'm teaching is hopefully just to make the therapist's life easier so that as they're doing the massage, it's easier on their body so they can keep helping the clients for more time, longer and longer, to extend their careers as well.
Yeah. Can you kind of explain a little bit the different types of massage that you mentioned?
Sure.
I know the Reiki and the one you walk
The
on.
ashiatsu.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the ashiatsu.
Yeah. And
That's what she's always doing.
Yeah.
And a lot of therapists, what they will do is they'll just kind of combine a lot of the different modalities, so you don't need to know all the names. Everybody just kind of like makes their own modality from everything they've learned. So I do that with a lot of the energy work and the Reiki. And then sometimes I'll use the ashiatsu where I'm using my feet. Then anything heated that I rub on your body. So whether it's hot stones or hot bamboo or things like that.
I saw on your website the hot bamboo looks like almost like a rolling pin, right?
Yeah, it is. It's basically like
So that looks
a rolling pin without the endy things.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that was kind of fun because I got into that because my husband is into woodworking. And so he taught me a little bit of woodworking. And so one day I'm paging through the massage magazine with all the things they try to sell you, the oils and the lotions and all the stuff. And I kind of caught on, here's like this heated bamboo thing. I was like, well, that's just like a wooden dowel. Like, I could make that. And so that's how I got started at that, is because I was like, let's get this piece of wood and let's make this tool. And then really once I tried it, I was like, this is amazing.
Yeah,
I don't have to work very hard.
bamboo.
Yeah, and it's great because I don't have to work as hard. It feels really nice and deep. It's like when somebody uses their forearm on you.
Yeah.
It's really, and then because it's warm, then it just kind of sinks into the tissue. So
And I'm assuming bamboo heats up better than like pine or.
not necessarily. I think it's bamboo because it's like
Eco-friendly.
it's kind of this new agey, like bamboo.
Yeah. Build a house out of
Yeah.
it.
Pine. It's gonna be bamboo.
Yes, bamboo is more like.
Bamboo goes along with the more
Yeah, it's like pictures of Thailand and things like that. Asian, kind of like the Asian, and it probably came from more the Asian countries. So it probably came from the Philippines or something like that.
Yeah, because I'm used to like hot stone massage, but yeah.
Yeah, and there's really no reason why you couldn't use a different type. Bamboo has natural antimicrobial properties, so that makes it good for that. And it's a nice kind of light wood, whereas some of the other ones are a denser wood. You could, yeah. But so now I'm teaching classes in the heated bamboo, so I have to make enough of the tools in order to sell at my classes. So that limits how many classes I can teach, because I'm just like, well, we only got to make 300 more before this next class. So I actually have, I was going to say rented, but employed. I have employed Tristan's son to help me in the wood shop, because I was like, I can't massage all the people, make all the bamboo, sell all the, teach all the people. I couldn't do it all, so I got a little help there.
Oh, leverage. That's what it's called.
Well, that works, get him employed and make wood and do classes.
Yeah,
That's good.
extra income for him. So
And so I did see you have a website on your Facebook page or your website page for the education.
yeah, I got an education website.
Yep.
I got a massage therapy website. Oh, we could talk about, you'd like this one. So aquatic massage.
Oh.
That's my newest thing. Forgot about that one.
I wasn't sure if you want to talk about it or not, so I didn't bring it up.
I just love it so much. So aquatic massage is in the pool. It's a heated pool, so it's like 96 degrees, 94, 96. So it's body temperature, so you don't get cold. And then you're floated and supported. You've got little floaties under your knees or wherever you need them. And then I'm just like moving you around in the water, and we're stretching your limbs, and we're doing like massage in the water. That's amazing.
Just stretching my limbs, because I was just telling my husband. I
Oh,
was
it
like,
feels great.
does it? I said,
Oh,
I
yeah.
need a professional stretcher.
Right, because she's taking taking the leg and she's going all the way down and around with it. Like, oh, that feels amazing.
Right. And I can't do that on the table because you've got gravity and you've got like things in the way. You get that 360.
Yeah.
It gives her a lot more opportunity to stretch things out.
Yeah, and the body just kind of like starts unwinding when it's like, okay, I need to go all the way this way. And
she gets going in that whole fishy thing that makes the body kind of
Well,
relax
and you kind of get back
itself
to that and when you're in the fetus.
yes, it is very like a very womb.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're kind of contained in that containner.
So nobody do that because you don't do that at your house, right?
No. Although I have thought about getting like a really big hot tub.
Really big.
Yeah. But High Plains Physical Therapy, they have a therapy pool that they let me rent.
Now, is there another name for that? Because I had a friend who used to, instead of wash, it started with a W.
Oh, Watsu. Watsu is, so that's like the trademarked name for if you take their classes. I was aware of Watsu and I've received a couple of Watsu sessions. I've never taken their classes. I just kind of like used what I experienced when I received it. And I used my experience of like stretching and Thai massage and my experience of how bodies work and working on bodies and cranial sacral, which I also do. And I kind of put that all together, making this aquatic body work. So it's a little different than Watsu.
Yeah, I was kind of excited. I didn't realize that was like their brand name in a sense.
It's kind of their brand name, but also everyone also just says Watsu when they're talking about massage in the water. It's kind of like became the new, I don't know, like Lego, a small toy that connects to another toy is called Legos.
Yeah, that would be. Well, yeah, I think you're still limited because I saw you little post like, you have 3 random.
Oh yeah, because like I can do it during the week a little bit, but they have their clients. So like we're trying to like all keep out of each other's way, and then like one Saturday a month, I rent it, and then I have nobody else there. But there's really how long can I stay in the pool? I can really do about 2 people before I'm like my hands are all pruny. I have to get out.
So is that like a 90-minute session?
Actually, it's closer to 45 minutes to an hour.
Okay.
Yeah. Usually, you think about when you go swimming. After about an hour, you're ready to get out of the pool. You're all pruny too.
Yep.
So the other one is Thai massage. So Thai massage is generally performed either on a mat on the floor or it can be done on the table too. But that's the one where you're closed and they're stretching you in all different directions. So it's kind of assisted stretching, but they can still do a lot of pressing, compression with massage.
Yeah, but I did have that one once. It wasn't relaxing, but it was good for the stretching part.
Yeah, and that one's different depending on like who's doing it and what you need. Like it can be relaxing or it can be a little more energizing. I think
it worked good for me because when I had some leg issues and she was really honing in on the leg and really stretching the leg out, and that really really helped. Really just releasing the leg.
Yeah,
it was really helpful in that scenario. Whereas a relaxing massage, I'd have been like, would you push on the thing? Come on.
That's my husband. He's really soft, and I was like, no, please go deeper.
Yeah.
And so it's I think it's individual now. It's an individual preference that way. So yeah. Because I used to do roller derby, and I'd like get really.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Needed to.
Yeah. Because you were like really hard on your body.
Yeah. I need that release, please. So that's good to know. So the Thai and what else?
And then cranial sacral, which is kind of on the other end of the sacrum. It's a very gentle touch. So it's working on the brain and all of the fluid around it, and then down your spinal cord. And really the pumping action that happens with all that cerebral spinal fluid.
Yeah, because I'm sure that kind of gets stuck.
Yeah, and like especially like people that have played football a lot, they're finding a lot of them will have early onset dementia. And cranial sacral has been really good for that because like if your skull gets like depressed in one area, well then you're not going to get the fluid to that part of your brain that it needs. So being able to kind of adjust everything so that the brain can get the fluid that it needs and take away the waste products that it doesn't need.
I really wish that more connection between doctors and things like that. My husband hit his head on when he snowboard accident, and he's kind of going through that short-term memory, but that was 10 plus years ago. It's like, oh, I never thought about cranial sacrum for something like that. And then my oldest son had a motorcycle accident. Not that he had any brain, but it's like, I know he had like a blood clot and things like that. So there was some,
Right.
a little bit of damage that way.
Yeah, and stuff with concussions, traumatic brain injuries, stuff like that.
So, I mean, I don't think people think about that when they're thinking about massage, going, you know what, this is going to free up, the liquid, the fluids and stuff like that.
Yeah, and how therapeutic it can be, and not just like, oh, I'll just rub you and it'll feel better. Yeah. So a lot of times it can be really like therapeutic and trying to think of the word, like medically useful, and not just a relaxation.
Yeah. Hopefully insurance will catch on someday.
That was a no right there.
Yeah, I can tell.
Are they interested in preventative medicine?
No. Nope. Political.
All right, thank you, Chantel, for
BBBC?
joining us. Any massage therapists who want to attend Chantel's classes, we'll put all her contact information below so you'll be able to reach out to her and her website and see where the classes are that you can attend. Thanks so much for joining us, Chantelle, and see you next time.
Thank
The
you.
Black Hills Small Business Podcast.
I hope you enjoyed that story as much as we did.
We'll put all the contact information of every business in the show notes or the description below. Be sure to check them out and support our local small businesses.